Biblical warning: one who lies with a male and a female, sodomites. To abusers of oneself with mankind refers to 1 Timothy chapter 1 verse 10. For the whoremongers, for them that defile themselves with mankind, for menstealers, for liars, perjured persons, and if there be any other things that contrary to the sound doctrine. First letter to Timothy. Paul spent many years traveling, starting new churches, developed a large co-workers in the mission, and Timothy was one of these. Paul was once a city of Lystra. He met Timothy's faithful grandmother, and impressed by Timothy's passion and devotion to Jesus. So Paul mentored for many years and eventually started sending him to mission to different churches. And Paul got word a group of leaders who in the 50s had influenced the church at Ephesus, spreading incorrect views about Jesus, what it meant to follow him. He sent Timothy to confront these leaders and restore order to the churches. After Timothy arrived there, Paul sent this letter to follow up, instruct him on how to fulfill his mission. It has a really cool design. It's opening and closing commission to Timothy to confront his leaders and their bad theology. It's from two large sections that full of really practical instructions on the problem that Timothy faced in Ephesians church. And finally, all sections are linked together as they are concluded by a series of 3 poems. He exalts the risen Jesus as the King of the world. Let's dive in and see how it works. Paul opens recalling how he sent Timothy to Ephesus, second leaders who's spreading the strange teaching. Describes how these guys are obsessed with speculating about the Torah, especially the early stories of genealogy in the book of Genesis. And you can see they develop all these kinds of weird teaching about food, marriage, and sex, are consistent with the teaching of Jesus or the apostles. He gave the names to people, Alexander, Simonius, describes how teaching has divided the church and general controversy. It's actually the first clear sign that teaching is disordered. When genuine Christian teaching is done as faithful to the way Jesus, result in love and genuine faith. The purpose of Torah was anyways not to fulfill speculation. The purpose is to expose the truth about human creation as did for Paul. And correcting teaching about Torah will lead people to see the grace of God revealed in the Messiah, who came to save sinful, broken people. And Paul closes the poem with the honor of King Jesus overall, and calls him to shut these men and their false teaching down. The Greek word is Arsenokoites, one who lies with a male as a female, sodomite, homosexual. And the King James word total to abusers of one with self with mankind, defiles one with self with mankind. Also refers to New Testament 2 times. Refers to 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 9. Know thee not that the unrighteous shall inherit the kingdom of God. Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, no adulterers, no effeminates, no abusers of themselves with mankind. Paul's first letter to the Corinthians, written into a church community that Paul knew really well. Corinth was a major port city in ancient world and lots of temples, Greek Roman gods. It was a big economic center. So Paul originally came here as a missionary. In a year and a half, getting to know people, talking to them about Jesus, and a whole bunch of people became followers and formed a community. You can read all about in Acts chapter 18. So after a while, Paul moved on to start churches in other cities. He started getting reports that things were not going so well at all. The church was cornered, plagued by all kinds of problems. And that's why he wrote this letter. It's broken up to 5 main parts along the final reading. These 5 sections are correspond to 5 main problems that Paul addressing. So the letter is like a collection of short essays on different topics, that core ideals that unite or piece together. So here's what each section he describes problem, but always responds to the problem with some part of the story of the gospel, which is good news of Jesus. Shows how it's not living out what they say they believe. So this is the letter and the learning. Every area, true life, lens of gospel. Chapter 5 to 7, Paul addresses some problems related to sex. There's a number of people, Sigma Church, one guy, Stepmother Church. A stepmother, a number of people worship locals, Greek gods, sleeping at prostitutes who work there. Not only that, but the people in the church were saying that this was all fine. They said, we're free, grace is bottomless, right? It's fine. And Paul said, it's not fine. And with the gospel in hand, shows us how wrong-headed this thinking is. He says, remember, verse all, Jesus died for reasons including the ruins, broken relationship that caused by sexual conduct. So if you're a Christian, your integrity is one of the main ways that respond to Jesus' love and grace. Paul also reminds them, Jesus is physically raised from the dead, so our body will be raised from the dead, which means your body is being redeemed by Jesus now. In the future, what do you do is your body matters. It matters a lot. It is not yours to do whatever you want. Paul is being super clear, being follower of Jesus. Paul does not compromise when it comes to sexual integrity. Chapter 8 to 10, issues about food. Not just food preference, like, do you like, dislike food? The issues of Corinthians were divided over is meat that came animal sacrifice, local temples, the Greek and Roman gods, and the split between the Jewish, non-Jewish Christians about a small issue, and one